Hello, it's a new review for a free-to-play game World War 3. The game is completely free and quite well optimized, and therefore you can check everything that I have said below without any problems on your own through Steam. I will clarify that you can play not only through Steam on the World War 3, it will in any case launch its own launcher, from which the game itself is already launched. The launcher, by the way, has a very familiar design. I will start review perhaps with a story about the availability of the game. One main indicator of this, after of course the distribution model, is optimization, and here, in fact, nothing bad can be said about the game. It works exactly as expected from it, namely stable 70 plus frames per second with Nvidia GeForce GTX 1060 6GB in maximum settings 1080p, no less stable 1095 frames in 4K, and it's better to lower the settings a little bit to stable 60 plus and increase its comfort during the game. Fortunately, there are plenty of settings here, and if desired you can increase the frame rate almost without loss of image quality. In general, there is nothing to complain about in terms of optimization. A very large number of gamers will be able to play if they wish. Yes, game cannot boast of using the latest graphics technologies and looks objectively worse than big and conditional last Battlefield 2042. But the picture is still more than pleasant, and in the modern world, sometimes even retro-looking shooters with almost pixel graphics can boast a lot of lack of optimization. And yes, we live in such a time that developers who do their job deserve praise. It's also quite obvious that the goal of the developers was precisely the availability of the project for the widest possible range of players. As for the picture itself, the game looks quite decent. Although it can boast of particularly advanced graphics, just good and no more, which as for me is already more than enough for online shooter. If you want more, you can always turn to big AAA projects like Warzone 2 or Battlefield 2044, but you should be prepared for the fact that once the condition GTX 1060 you will be already have to lower the settings for the stable frame rate, and you still won't see the best graphics set. Now, let's move on the game itself. Before being sent into battle in one of the available models, the player is prompted to customize their arsenal, which gradually expands due to the accumulation of experience by the player. The choice of weapons at the start is not impressive, but after a few hours of you play, you can no longer complain, everything you need is open up. And it's also worth noting that the player's arsenal includes not only the weapons he uses, but also the equipment. Larger or more basic for World War 3, perhaps especially the battle, where two teams of 20 people each enter the battle of fairly large maps, and this is where an unpleasant problem arises, which is well known to everyone who played Battlefield, the despair of players on the map. For this mod, it would be much better to have 30-40 people in each team, which would give enough population for massive location, and allow you more often engage in shooting opponents, rather than running around looking for them. Otherwise, the whole essence of the mod comes down to the fact that players capture control points and do not prevent opponents from taking them away. Gunplay in World War II is not bad, but clearly not the best, in which the game clearly loses to the such mastodons as Battlefield and Call of Duty, by the difference is not as great of mine think. In fact, my main complaint about shooting is the unconvincing sound and clearly lacks depth. This is especially noticeable after the excellent voice acting in shooting in the new Call of Duty. However, the very behavior of the weapon is incomplaited well and does not cause any strong complaints from the world at all. In general, World War 3 looks like a pretty promising project at the moment, and if the developers increase the limit of fighters in the battles and improve the sounds of weapons, then it will be very good. The obvious of the game was launched a few days ago, and therefore now it's all about the support from project from the farm Pativan themselves. The game is free, and therefore you can try it by yourself without any problems. In addition, as I said at the beginning, it will run without any problems a very wide range of computer hardware. For those who want to engage in debauchery, this event is support for gamepads. Thanks for watching and bye bye.